Kata, Chintō.
Sensei Bill here with commentary on Chinto Kata as it's performed at the Mizuchi Dojo. I'll slow it down so that way you can see some of the moves and I can talk about them a little bit better. So you notice first things first, they look off 45 degrees off to their left and do a double knife hand strike, probably to the abdomen, before going into an X block, possibly to pull the person in before then parrying and or shoving to the side before doing a spear hand, and then pulling them forward as you do a back fist, and then pulling them back into a reverse punch. You could then pull them into a joint lock or arm break and throw. There's of course other interpretations here possible. Dropping back again, inserting your hands inside their tunic, pulling them forward to do a knee and then shin kick before choking them out a bit or strangling them really, and then another throw. Coming around, parrying, and doing a side block followed immediately by a punch, and then another punch. Then capturing the person and applying a forward elbow strike to them, and then possibly breaking their neck before throwing them back for, or possibly chopping behind you for whatever reason, but just seems unlikely. Coming back forward with a ridge hand followed by a knife hand strike, then dropping back and reinserting with a double knife hand strike to the sides of the neck, grabbing a hold of the ears or the hair, and then throwing them down. Coming in again, parrying, open side block this time, and then capturing them and applying a hammer strike, possibly then grabbing a hold of them to throw them somewhat, but then extending them out and doing a back fist before front kick or shin kicking and throwing them back down over your leg in a horse stance. Here we are coming up in a crane stance or crane and rock stance, and then there's two sets of, or three sets really, of double blocks. Sometimes either that very first double block is a double high block, but often we practice it as a middle block and a high block, like you see there. Then stepping in, probably for a joint destruction, with an elbow strike, and then dropping them to the ground. There's another double block, middle and high, pulling them in and kicking them, possibly shin kicking them, and then stepping in and either throwing them or punching them. It's really up to the person in your analysis what you think that would be, as along with this move here, which could be again another throw. But it really, as you know, many katas have much embedded in them and multiple interpretations of how the moves could be depending on how you're being attacked. Here we're pulling them in, likely shin kick, parrying an open side block, capturing a hammer strike, front kick, dropping down into a long seisans and striking probably below the belt before turning around and saluting. And that's Chinto Kata. And like I said, many different interpretations on many of these moves, but those are some of my favorites.